Hi boys and girls. So yesterday we read the koala book and now today we're going to write an informational report about koalas. I went ahead and I went to Art Hub for Kids too and I drew a picture of a koala. Remember, when you are drawing your pictures and coloring them, you want them to look like a real koala because we're doing an informational report. So we want it to be as informative as possible and as real as possible. We don't want to give our opinion. We don't want to give that. I like koalas. They're so cute and have a rainbow koala. We want them to try to look as realistic as possible. So I was thinking about the different facts that we learned in the book, and there were so many facts. So I picked a few that I wanted to write about. So before you start writing, you want to think about those facts in your head, right? So I thought, gosh, I could write about how they live in Australia. I think that's an important fact. I like the fact that they have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers to help them wrap around a tree. So I want to write that fact down. That they eat eucalyptus. That's an important fact. They eat that one kind of leaf called eucalyptus. And I thought it was interesting that baby koalas are called joeys because I only think of kangaroos as called joeys. So those were 4 facts that I wanted to write about in my informational report. When you go to write, I love when you use pencil because if you make a mistake, it's easy to fix. I'm going to use a purple marker just so that you can see it easily on the screen, okay? So when you go to write, you always start with what? An uppercase letter. And so my first fact, I want to think about it first and plan it out before I start to write. So I'm going to write koalas live in Australia. I thought about my idea, I planned it out on my paper, now I'm going to write it. Koalas live in Australia. I know how to spell koalas because it's right up here. It was the title of our book. I start with an uppercase K. I can look right up here if I forget how to spell it. Koalas. Now my next word is live, right? Koalas live. And I can use a nice 2-finger space and write the word live. Now, live is not a sight word. It's okay if you don't know how to spell it. What do? We say it slow and we write what we hear. I'm not going to write all my words correctly up here today. I'm just going to write what I hear. So live. L, I, v. Okay? That's not how you really spell live. There's a silent E on the end. That's okay though. I went ahead, I'm being an independent writer. You do not have to have your parents tell you how to spell every single word. I've seen some amazing spelling the last few weeks. It's okay if you don't spell every word correctly. It's just like in class. You go ahead and you stretch those words out and you write what you hear. If you're like, oh, I know that live has an E, then go ahead and write it. But if you don't worry about it. So koalas live, I'm going to leave a space, in. Now, in is a sight word. In is a word that we should know how to spell. I-N. Look at all lowercase letters except for that first letter. Koalas live in Australia. Woo! Australia. Australia. It's a 4-syllable word. It's a long word. I don't know how to spell it. So I'm going to go ahead and just stretch it out. So like octopus. I'm going to write an O, and I think because it's such a long word that, okay, so koalas live in Australia. So like octopus, I think is going to write an O. Australia. Now guess what? This isn't even close to how Australia really looks. That's okay. I went ahead, I stretched it out on my own. It kind of matches, right? Australia. Good enough. Koalas live in Australia. I'm done with my sentence. I'm going to put a period and start my next sentence. I'm going to say koalas have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers. So I thought about my sentence, planned it out. Now I'm going to put it on my paper. Koalas have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers. So I know how to spell koalas. I'm starting an uppercase K again because I just ended a sentence there. Koalas. Leave a 2-finger space and write the word have. Have. I'm going to put an E on there because we've talked about the word have before. So koalas live in Australia. Koalas have 2. You can either spell the word 2 or write the number 2. It's fine. 2 thumbs. Ooh, that's a TH sound. So a 2-finger space. I'll put my TH. Like Uncle Unk. Thumbs. Okay, so again, it's not the correct way to spell thumbs, but it's close enough because I'm being an independent writer and doing it on my own. Koalas have 2 thumbs and, leave a 2-finger space and write and. I know how to spell that because it's a sight word, A-N-D. And 3 fingers. Leave a space and write 3. Leave a space. Oop, not enough room and do return. So you can write fingers. That's not a sight word. I have to stretch it out. Ooh, that's an F. Ing. Ooh, I know the ing chunk. That's I-N-G. So I'm going to write I-N-G. Fingers. I'm with this. Now I can put a period to end my sentence. I'm going to reread it to make sure everything I need is there. Koalas have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers. Looks good. Okay. My next fact I want to write is koalas eat eucalyptus. So koalas eat eucalyptus leaves. I'll put that on there too. So koalas eat eucalyptus leaves. I'm going to start with my koalas again, which we know how to spell from our title. Koalas. I'll leave a 2-finger space and write the word eat. So eat, eat, eat. That's what I hear, so that's what I'm going to write. Even though it's not spelled perfectly correctly, that's okay. Koalas eat eucalyptus. Ooh, that's a big word. Should I go ask Mom and Dad how to spell that word? No. I'm going to be an independent writer. I'm going to try it on my own. So eucalyptus. Okay. So eucalyptus. Koalas eat eucalyptus leaves. And then I put a period. My last fact I want to write is that baby koalas are called joeys. So baby, that's a B, and I'm making an uppercase B because I just ended this sentence with a period. I was done with that fact. My new sentence starts with an uppercase letter. Babies. Oh, I want to say baby koalas. See, this is why I wish I would have used a pencil because I could have erased the S and fixed it. I'm just going to put an X on it right now because I want to move on quickly. So baby koalas. Baby koalas are, ooh, I know the word are, that's a sight word. A-R-E. Baby koalas are called. When I sound out called, k, all. Ooh, I hear a sight word. I hear all in call. So I could do k, all, which is A-L-L, called, and put a D at the end. Baby koalas are called joeys. J-O-E's. And I could put a period there. So again, I spelled some of the words correctly that are in my report, and I spelled some inventively. I just stretched out what I heard and I wrote it, and I did it on my own. I didn't need Mr. Perlin here or my mom or dad. I did it on my own. It makes me feel so good. Because remember, we're just learning how to write. You don't have to spell everything correctly right now. Just be independent, be brave, and just go for it, okay? Looking over my piece when I'm done. What do good writers always do? They always read their piece when they're done to make sure it all makes sense. They didn't forget any words. It's easy to read. First of all, just looking at it, look at all my beautiful spaces. I can tell, here's a word, here's a word, here's a word. Also, look at my letters. I wrote nice, neat, easy to read letters. Also, I have all lowercase letters except for the first letters of my brand new sentences. So here we go. Koalas live in Australia. Koalas have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers. Koalas eat eucalyptus leaves. Baby koalas are called joeys. Australia. That is a crazy way to spell Australia, but you know what? I did it. All right, so this is my informational report. I cannot wait to see what facts from our story you are going to write down for your informational report. Maybe you're going to use some of the same facts that I am. Maybe you're going to talk about how when joeys are born, they are the size of a jelly bean. I could not get over how small they are. Maybe you want to write about how joeys live in their mom's pouches, how koalas are marsupials, just like wombats and kangaroos. Maybe you're going to write about how koalas have a scent patch on their chest that they rub on trees to mark their territory. Maybe you're going to write about how koalas are mammals. Maybe you're going to write about, maybe you'll take your picture here and you'll draw a diagram and write nose and ears and eucalyptus, something like that. I don't know, but I can't wait to see it. So write it, take a picture, post it to this activity, and I will see it soon. Bye.